Hello everyone, Happy New Year and welcome back to my channel. I feel like every year I've had my YouTube channel, I've always done like a New Year video. I say every year, but I'm pretty sure I've only been doing this for 2 years now, I think. Anyway, I wanted to talk a bit about where I am right now in my life and what's ahead for this year. I appreciate you guys for watching my videos and coming along on my life's journey. Obviously things have changed quite a bit since I started my channel. So yeah, let's get into the rest of the video. I apologize in advance for this like annoying shadow of mine. You see, I'm having a really hard time getting the lighting right. Usually I like to film the videos like, because the window's over there, so from this way. But we have quite a bit of stuff on the table from Christmas, so not really the most aesthetic background. Anyway, as I've mentioned, things have changed quite a bit since I started my channel. When I started my channel, I was still living in Chicago, but we were living in a different part of Chicago, a different apartment, and I was still in grad school. For those who maybe don't know, I got my master's in clinical psychology at Pepperdine University. I did a fully online program, which is why I had the opportunity to also live in Chicago. I graduated from that program in December of 2023, and this 2024 year has been my first full year like working my big girl full-time job. I also have gotten engaged since starting my channel, so yeah, it's been a lot. I feel like 2023, 2024 were like big years for me as far as life changes. I currently work for a nonprofit company. I am a coordinator for a grief program. I have talked about that in some of my past videos, more about my job and what I do, and I am still doing that. I'm coming up on my like 1 year, like official 1 year anniversary on January 8th. I got through my first like major event back in September, and things are definitely still going very well with the job. I'm still very much enjoying it. I'm not quite sure if it would be my forever job, mainly just because I don't see myself staying in Illinois forever, but I worked really hard in 2024 to shift my mindset from being something that was constantly looking to the future and what's next to just enjoying the present. Cannot say that I was entirely successful, but I definitely did a lot better in 2024 than I've done in past years. So as of now, I plan on staying at this job for the next year for sure. I will admit that after graduating, it was my first time fully being done with school. I had been studying for 20 years with summer breaks and such, but it was the first time that I realized like I'm done with school, like this is just life now. And I don't miss school per se, but I do miss like the structure of it, and it always had an ending to it, like a definite ending, and it's weird. Like, it's weird not having that anymore of just like, this is life now. And if you know me or watched any of my past videos, I've talked about like my struggles with OCD and like perfectionism. And I think that it all kind of ties into my feelings about things. When I can't check something off a list or feel like I've accomplished it successfully, it's really hard for me to find purpose in things. That sounds so bad, but it's not that I don't find any purpose. It's just, for me, it doesn't make me feel as satisfied or purposeful. I've also talked about in the past how I do a bit regret getting my master's in clinical psych, especially at Pepperdine, and I think that I've always been interested in psychology and helping people in some way, but I think if I could go back and make a different decision, I would have maybe gotten a degree in something that I think I could have thrived in more. I didn't necessarily allow myself to take the time to figure out what it was that I really wanted to do at that time. So I've been trying to tell myself that although I don't want to ever go back to school, if I had it my way, it is okay to take like some classes here and there on topics that I'm interested in. So this past year I finished a course online in persuasive writing and rhetoric. I love reading and writing. I'm not the best speaker though, and I do a lot of speaking for my job. And I overall just wanted to feel more confident in what I was saying, what I was putting out there, which is the reason that I took the course. I have a list of other courses that I would like to take as well. Some more like personal and artsy, like I love poetry, so I want to get better at writing poetry, maybe take a poetry class. And then there's other things that I want to do classes in, such as like humanitarian aid work, because that has been a passion of mine for the past few years now. So yeah, even though I finished school last year, I still have kind of thrown myself back into taking courses and learning. I've always loved learning. I've never been too fond of the structure of school, so it definitely takes more discipline for me to sit down and read a book that I was required to read or do assignments that I'm required to do, but I think some of that self-discipline is good for me. So I'm trying to push myself so that I can grow and keep developing as a person. As far as 2025, the year ahead, my plans are... I don't really know what my plans are. You think I would have prepared for that statement better, but I didn't. I mean, as I said, staying at this job, I would want to take more classes, develop my interests more. The biggest thing that 2025 holds is my wedding. Our wedding is in August, so there'll be a lot of events leading up to the wedding, a lot of planning that goes into it, so that's really what I'll be focusing on. I hope to do more traveling. Granted, we won't do a ton of traveling because we are going to be doing our honeymoon in probably late September or early October, and that'll take up a lot of our PTO time. But I also really hope that within this year I can search out and develop more passions and find where I really thrive in the world and where I can do the greatest amount of good and where it is that I fit in long term. Chicago is great for now. I've grown a lot of love for Chicago that honestly when I first moved here I never thought that I would find. So it'll always hold a special place in my heart, but I go back and forth all the time about where I would like to be long term or where is even the next move after this time. I do think we will still be in Chicago through 2025 and, some of 2026. But after that might be a transition time. As I said, I don't know, and that's so hard for me, but I'm really working on being okay with it to the best extent that I can. Trying to just focus on one big life transition at a time, and this year it'll definitely be a lot of focus on the wedding. As far as my YouTube channel, I don't know, I feel like I say every year, well, things are changing and I might not continue doing this, and then I always do. In part it is because I enjoy it. I feel like it's almost a diary of my life in a way that I can go back and reflect on, but I think it's also just me not wanting to give up. I will admit though, I've been at a little bit of a loss for the types of videos to film. I mean, vlogs are always easy and fun because those are my favorite to watch and see, the home video type of thing almost. But other than that, my life isn't changing much. I started my channel at a time where I was constantly being able to talk about Pepperdine and psychology and job prospects, and now things are pretty much the same in my life. They're pretty consistent. I have been slowly trying to introduce Damik more into my channel in hopes that maybe we could film more videos together, but I don't even know what that would look like. I may film some like wedding type content closer to when we're actually doing all of that stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna say that I'm going away from YouTube just yet, but I'm also not going to put as much pressure on myself to like post videos every week if I don't necessarily have something to post a video about. That was my little update. If you're still here at the end of this video, thank you for watching and continuing to watch my videos. I appreciate it a lot. It would mean so much to me if you gave this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button below to see future videos for this year. And cheers to a hopefully brilliant 2025.